Love, a topic that everyone has experienced at least once, but do you truly understand it? Why do some relationships last while others fall apart so easily? Whether they admit it or not, men always have moments when they silently compare you to their ex. This doesn't necessarily mean they haven't moved on, but rather that it's a natural instinct to evaluate the differences between the two relationships. From appearance, personality, ways of expressing love, compatibility and intimacy, and future aspirations, these all become unconscious factors in their minds. So what really matters in these comparisons? And how can you become the one he cherishes the most? Welcome to Sophia's Knowledge, and my name is Sophia. This is where you'll find valuable lessons and insights to help you build a truly lasting love. In today's video, Sophia will take you through 6 things men silently compare between you and their ex, sharing real-life experiences and deep perspectives. Don't miss out on these insights that could change the way you perceive and experience love. You'll likely feel more at ease if you find a quiet place and put on your headphones. Allow yourself to relax and get ready to absorb positive messages from today's video. Are you ready to embark on this journey with Sophia? Let's begin. Number 1. Appearance and style. When men silently compare you to their ex, appearance and style are among the first things they unconsciously evaluate. Whether they admit it or not, this process happens in their minds and influences how they perceive the relationship. Appearance, first impressions matter. Humans are naturally drawn to beauty, and men are no exception. When starting a new relationship, they often subconsciously compare their current partner's appearance with that of their ex. This isn't just about physical beauty, it includes presence, smile, eyes, and even how a woman takes care of herself. Perhaps his ex had a delicate, gentle beauty, while you have a bold and striking appearance. Or vice versa, you may have a modern, alluring look, while his ex embodied a more natural and simple charm. These differences can trigger thoughts and, at times, nostalgia. But that doesn't mean he doesn't appreciate your unique beauty. Some men tend to remember their ex if they were strongly impressed by a particular feature, maybe her long, wavy hair, captivating deep eyes, or sweet smile. When with a new partner, they may subconsciously compare to see if you possess similar traits. However, this does not mean they don't admire your distinct beauty. Style, differences that leave an impression. Style isn't just about clothing, it also includes attitude, mannerisms, the way one walks, speaks, and even personal aura. A man might be drawn to a woman with a minimalist yet elegant fashion sense, exuding sophistication. Others may find themselves captivated by a bold and expressive woman who knows how to showcase her individuality. If his ex was a soft-spoken, feminine woman who always wore flowy dresses, he might find it unfamiliar when you prefer a sporty, energetic style. Or if his ex had a sexy, daring fashion sense, he might wonder whether your refined, modest look suits him better. Interestingly, some men fall for a particular type of woman but later become attracted to someone with a completely different style. This proves that attraction isn't just about looks, it's about how a woman carries herself and leaves a lasting impression. How men react when comparing. Men's reactions to these comparisons vary, some feel nostalgic but keep it to themselves. Some feel proud that their current partner is uniquely beautiful and incomparable. However, some men become dissatisfied and try to impose their preferences on you. For instance, they might suggest you grow your hair out like their ex or change your fashion sense to match their past preferences. If this happens, it's important to set clear boundaries. Making small changes for self-improvement is good, but if it erases your individuality, it's not worth it. How to avoid being affected by comparisons. Regardless of whether men compare you or not, you don't need to change yourself just to please them. Here are some ways to stay confident in your relationship. Always love and take care of yourself. Men may be attracted to different types of women, but what truly matters is that you know how to make yourself shine. Take time for self-care, choose outfits that make you feel great, and maintain a confident presence. Don't try to be someone else. If you don't like his ex's style, don't force yourself to change just to resemble her. Being authentic is the most attractive thing you can do. Know your worth. You have unique beauty and style that no one else can replace. Even if men compare subconsciously, they can't deny your distinct charm. Communicate openly. If you notice your partner comparing you too often, talk to him directly. Don't let unspoken comparisons affect your confidence or happiness in the relationship. Final thoughts. Appearance and style are things that men always silently compare between you and their ex, but they do not determine love. The most important factors in a relationship are connection, understanding, and how you make each other feel. Don't let silent comparisons make you doubt yourself. You are valuable in your own unique way. If you found this video helpful, share it with your friends and loved ones to spread this valuable insight. And if you have any questions or thoughts, leave a comment below. I'm always here to listen and respond. Let's continue this journey together. Number 2. Personality and treatment. When men silently compare you with their ex. In any relationship, personality and the way you treat each other are crucial factors determining its longevity. Whether consciously or unconsciously, men often compare their current partner with their ex based on past experiences. This is not always negative. Sometimes, it helps them realize what truly matters in love. Personality, when the past influences the present. Every woman has her own personality, which creates differences in how she loves and treats her partner. Some men have dated gentle, quiet women who are always ready to listen and share. Others have been with strong, independent women who are not afraid to express their opinions and engage in debates. When starting a new relationship, they inevitably compare whether you resemble or differ from their previous partners. Perhaps in the past, he dated a woman who was patient and rarely argued, while you are straightforward and willing to stand your ground in disagreements. Or maybe his ex was cheerful, outgoing, and loved socializing, while you are more introverted and prefer personal space. These differences can make men feel intrigued and excited but can also lead them to wonder what truly suits them best. The interesting thing is that, despite comparisons, over time, men will realize that no personality is absolutely perfect. What matters more is the compatibility between two people and how you make him feel happy in the present relationship. Treatment, differences that create emotions. Beyond personality, how you treat your partner is another aspect men subconsciously compare with their ex. Some women are incredibly attentive, remembering every little detail about their partner's life, such as their morning coffee preference, habits, or even small things like how they like their shirts folded. Others prefer a more relaxed approach to love, respecting personal space and not overly intervening in their partner's life. If he was previously in a relationship where his ex took care of him meticulously, checking in daily, cooking for him, or worrying when he came home late, he might feel unfamiliar if you don't do these things. Conversely, if his ex was independent and less expressive in her affection, he may wonder why you care so much about small details. Men also tend to compare how you handle different situations. For example, during an argument, he might recall how his ex used to resolve conflicts, whether she calmed things down gently or chose to remain silent and walk away. If your approach is different, he might feel surprised or even unsure about how to react. When comparisons affect the relationship. Not all comparisons bring positive effects. If a man hasn't fully moved on from his past, he may unconsciously put you in an invisible test. This can create pressure and even emotional pain if he frequently brings up his ex or expresses dissatisfaction because you are different. Some signs that these comparisons are affecting your relationship: he frequently mentions his ex, especially when comparing her to you. He seems unhappy when you act differently from how his ex used to. He expresses regret when talking about the past, even indirectly. You feel like you're trying to change yourself to fit an image he desires. If you notice these signs, you should have an honest conversation with him. Let him know that you are not a copy of anyone and that if he is still stuck in the past, he may not be ready for a new relationship. How to stay confident in your relationship? Regardless of whether men compare or not, the most important thing is that you recognize your own value and don't let it affect your emotions. Here are some ways to boost your confidence. Accept that the past is part of the present. He has memories with his ex, but that is only a chapter of his life. You are the one sharing his journey now, and that matters more. Don't change for someone else. You can improve yourself, but don't change just to resemble someone else. Be yourself because your uniqueness is what truly attracts him. Create your own memories. Instead of worrying about the past, focus on building beautiful moments with him. New experiences will help him appreciate the present relationship even more. Communicate openly. If you feel that he is stuck in comparisons, talk about it directly. Help him understand that you deserve to be seen as an individual, not as someone's shadow. Final thoughts. Personality and the way you treat your partner are things men always subconsciously compare between you and their ex, but that doesn't mean they don't love you. What truly matters is how you present yourself and build a relationship that makes both of you happy. Don't let invisible comparisons make you lose confidence, because when a man truly loves you, he will learn to appreciate you for who you are. If you're still watching the video, don't hesitate to comment continue. Share your thoughts and questions in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and support Sophia in creating more meaningful videos. Let's continue together. Number 3. The way of loving and expressing affection. When men silently compare you with their ex. In love, the way affection is expressed plays a crucial role in strengthening a relationship. Everyone has their own way of loving, and sometimes, men cannot avoid comparing the differences between you and their ex. This does not necessarily mean they are still attached to the past, rather, it is sometimes just a natural reflex when entering a new relationship. Differences in the way love is expressed. Each person has their own love language, and no one loves in exactly the same way. Some women express their feelings through sweet gestures, affection, and always making time for their partner. Others love in a more practical way, with fewer romantic words but a strong willingness to help and share responsibilities. If his ex used to send him messages every day, frequently expressed love through words, or surprised him with gifts, he might feel a sense of absence when dating you, someone who expresses love in a less verbal way. Conversely, if his ex was more reserved and subtle in expressing emotions, while you are passionate and openly affectionate, he may feel overwhelmed by the difference. There is no right or wrong way to love, but differences can sometimes make men reminisce about what they were once familiar with. However, over time, they will realize that what truly matters is not how love is expressed, but the genuine feelings behind it. Comparison in physical affection. Gestures such as hugging, holding hands, kissing, or daily acts of care can also become points of comparison. Some men prefer gentle and tender displays of affection, while others are drawn to passionate and intense moments of closeness. If his ex was someone who frequently showed affection in public, openly hugging or kissing him, and you are more reserved, he may notice a stark contrast. On the other hand, if his ex was not very expressive, but you enjoy being close and showing affection openly, he might take time to adjust to this new way of loving. Regardless of these differences, the most important factor is compatibility between both partners. If he truly loves you, he will learn to understand and appreciate your way of expressing affection instead of comparing or expecting you to change. Ways of caring in daily life. Differences in how you show care are also something men may subconsciously compare between you and their ex. Some women are meticulous and attentive, taking care of everything from meals to small daily details of their partner's life. Others prefer a more relaxed approach, respecting their partner's independence and not intervening too much in their personal affairs. If he was previously in a relationship where his ex always prepared breakfast for him, checked on him when he worked late, and paid attention to every little thing, he may feel a difference when dating you, someone who does not express care in that particular way. Conversely, if his ex was independent and less focused on minor details, but you are highly attentive to his emotions and needs, he may feel surprised and find this new way of loving refreshing. Regardless of these differences, if he values your love, he will come to realize that the way you care for him is unique and irreplaceable. When comparisons create relationship problems. Sometimes, comparisons do not just remain in one's thoughts but become apparent in actions and words, leading to tension in the relationship. If he frequently mentions his ex or makes comments such as, "My ex never did that, I remember I used to be cared for differently, I'm so used to my previous relationship, so it's hard to adjust," such statements can hurt you, lower your confidence, and even make you question his feelings. If this happens, it is essential to have an open conversation and help him understand that you are your own person, not a replacement or continuation of anyone else. How to stay confident in your way of loving. If you feel that your partner is silently comparing, or if you question whether your way of loving is good enough, remember these key points. There is no perfect way to love, everyone expresses affection differently. The most important thing is sincerity and what works best for your relationship. Be yourself, do not try to change just to resemble his ex. You have your own value, and if he truly loves you, he will learn to love everything about you. Communicate openly. If he struggles to adjust to your way of expressing love, have an honest discussion. Sometimes, small adjustments can help both of you understand each other better. Create new memories. Instead of worrying about the past, focus on building beautiful moments together. New experiences will help him appreciate you more. Final thoughts. The way of loving and expressing affection is something men always subconsciously compare between you and their ex, but that does not mean they do not love you. What matters is that both of you learn to understand each other, appreciate differences, and build a strong relationship together. When a man truly loves you, he will not dwell on the past but will focus on the present and how you make him happy. Number 4. Harmony and intimacy. What men silently compare between you and their ex. Intimacy is not just about physical connection, it is also an important measure of emotional bonding between two people. Whether they admit it or not, men often silently compare the level of harmony they share with you to that of their past relationships. This does not mean they do not love you or are still attached to their ex, but sometimes, it is simply a natural reflex when entering a new relationship. Factors that men often compare in intimacy. Sexual compatibility is not just about instinct, it also depends on emotions, understanding, personal experiences, and how two people interact with each other. When a man has had a past relationship, he may subconsciously compare you with his ex based on the following aspects: initiative and desire. Some women are proactive in intimacy, always finding ways to keep the relationship exciting, while others may be more reserved and passive. If his ex had a strong sex drive and frequently initiated intimacy, whereas you are gentler, he may feel a clear difference. Expression of emotions. Some women express their emotions passionately, showing enthusiasm without hesitation, while others are more reserved and discreet. Men may compare your level of responsiveness to that of their ex, evaluating who connects with them more easily in intimate moments. Harmony in rhythm and preferences. Intimacy is a combination of two people with different desires and needs. If his ex shared similar preferences and was easily compatible with him, but you have a different approach, he may notice this difference. Creativity and the ability to keep things exciting. Some women know how to bring novelty to intimacy, making men feel excited. Others prefer familiarity and are less willing to take risks or try new things. If you and his ex have different perspectives on this, he will certainly recognize it. When comparisons affect the relationship. Comparisons may be subconscious, but if they happen too often, they will inevitably impact the current relationship. Some signs that this is occurring include: he is not as enthusiastic about intimacy or there is a noticeable change in frequency. He shows dissatisfaction but does not clearly explain the reason. He makes comments that hint at comparisons, whether directly or indirectly. You feel pressured or insecure when being intimate with him. If a man constantly compares, it not only hurts you but can also strip away the natural chemistry and emotions in intimacy. When a relationship is placed under comparison, it gradually loses its harmony and sincerity. How to improve harmony in intimacy? If you feel that your partner is silently comparing, or if you yourself notice differences in intimacy, do not worry too much. Sexual compatibility is not something fixed. It can be improved if both partners are willing to understand and share with each other. Open and honest communication. One of the most important factors in improving your sex life is communication. Be open with him about your desires, emotions, and needs. At the same time, listen to him to better understand his expectations. Explore and adjust to find compatibility. Everyone approaches intimacy differently. Instead of worrying about comparisons, explore what works best for both of you. Trying new things, changing settings, timing, or expressions can enhance connection and emotion. Focus on emotions rather than techniques. Intimacy is not just about techniques or physical compatibility. What matters most is the emotional connection between two people. If you and he truly love and connect with each other, sexual harmony will come naturally. Create a comfortable and private space. Sometimes, work stress, anxiety, or life issues can affect intimacy. Create a relaxing, romantic, and comfortable atmosphere so that both of you can enjoy your moments together in the most natural way. Be confident in yourself. Do not let his comparisons, or your own doubts, shake your confidence. Remember that every person has their own charm and attractiveness. The important thing is not whether you are similar to or different from his ex, but how you enjoy and bring positive emotions into your current relationship. Final thoughts. Harmony and intimacy is a crucial aspect of love, and men may subconsciously compare you to their ex. However, that does not mean you have to change to resemble someone else. Instead of worrying about comparisons, focus on building connection, open communication, and creating meaningful moments together. When love is strong enough, all differences become special and worthy of appreciation. Number 5. Family and friends. What men silently compare between you and their ex. When entering a new relationship, a man does not only see you as his lover or partner, he also observes how you interact with his family and friends. This is an important factor because family and friends have a significant influence on his life. Even if he does not express it, many men will silently compare how you treat their loved ones to how their ex did. The differences in how you approach and integrate with the important people in his life can greatly impact his thoughts and feelings about the relationship. The comparison is not always negative, but it can create mixed emotions that you should understand to make appropriate adjustments. How you integrate with his family. Family is a crucial foundation for many men, and the way you interact with his parents and siblings can significantly influence how he perceives you. When he was with his ex, he became accustomed to a certain way of interaction, whether it was closeness and friendliness or a certain level of distance. If his ex was very close to his family, frequently visited, helped out, or was even adored by his parents, he may expect a similar connection from you. On the other hand, if his ex was someone who maintained distance and had little interaction with his family, he will also notice if you are more engaged and involved. Some factors men often compare. Do you easily integrate with his family, or do you feel awkward and distant? How do you show respect to his parents? Do you proactively engage in conversations, help out, or just maintain basic politeness? Are you willing to join him in family events, or do you do so reluctantly? No matter how much his family loved his ex, the important thing is to be yourself and build relationships in your own way. There is no need to compare or imitate anyone. How you treat his friends. Aside from family, friends also play a significant role in a man's life. For many, friends are not just people they share joy with but also companions in work, life, and even those who have witnessed many ups and downs in his journey. If his ex was very social with his group of friends, often joining gatherings and having lively conversations, but you are less interested or prefer not to engage, he will notice the difference. Conversely, if his ex was not very close to his friends while you are more open and proactive, he may be surprised and find it refreshing. Things men silently compare. Do you easily integrate with his group of friends? Are you willing to attend social gatherings? Do you respect and understand the friendships that matter to him? Do you make an effort to build a good relationship with his close friends? If you find it difficult to integrate with his friends, remember that you do not need to force yourself to be part of the group, just showing respect and openness when the opportunity arises is enough. When his family or friends still adore his ex. One of the most uncomfortable situations is when his family or friends still talk about his ex positively. This can make you feel compared or even inadequate in their eyes. If his parents or friends once adored his ex and frequently mention her, you may feel pressured. Sometimes, even if you are not the one making comparisons, the people around him make it more apparent. How to handle this situation? Stay calm and do not let it affect you. The fact that his family or friends still appreciate his ex does not mean that you are not valued. Do not let it hurt your self-esteem. Build your own relationship with them. Instead of trying to replace someone, focus on creating a positive impression of yourself. Communicate with him if you feel uncomfortable. If the pressure becomes too much, have an open conversation with him to seek support and understanding. How to make a good impression on his family and friends? If you want to build a good relationship with the important people in his life without feeling compared, consider the following. Be yourself. Do not try to change who you are to resemble his ex or do things just to win people over. Be genuine and natural. Respect his personal space. Some men prefer to keep their romantic relationships separate from their family and friends, so there is no need to force closeness if it is unnecessary. Be proactive but not forced. If you want to bond with his family or friends, start with small gestures like listening, conversing, or showing interest naturally. Do not be overly sensitive to the past. If someone mentions his ex, stay composed and do not let it affect your mood. Final thoughts. Family and friends are an important part of a man's life, and whether consciously or subconsciously, he will compare how you interact with his loved ones to how his ex did. However, this does not mean that you have to become someone else to please him. Remember, sincerity is the most important thing. When you naturally show care, respect the relationships around him, and build your own connections, he will gradually stop comparing and focus on the present relationship. Ultimately, what makes him love you is not how similar or different you are from his ex, but the unique love and happiness you bring into his life. Number 6. Future instability. What men secretly compare between you and their ex. When in love, men don't just focus on emotions and present harmony, they also think about the future of the relationship. Even if they don't say it out loud, they constantly evaluate the stability and long-term potential of being with you. One of the things they unconsciously compare is how you envision the future compared to their ex. This comparison isn't necessarily about determining who is better. Sometimes, it's simply about wondering, can I go far with her? Or, does she share the same vision for the future as I do? If a man has been in a serious relationship before, he will have even more criteria when considering stability with you. Your perspective on the future versus his ex. Some men seek more than just romance, they want a woman who shares the same goals as them. If their ex had a clear vision for the future, knew what she wanted, and worked hard to achieve it, they might expect the same from you. On the other hand, if their past relationship failed because their ex lacked direction, they will be even more cautious in assessing your stability. Men often compare the following: do you have a clear direction in life, or do you just let things happen without a concrete plan? Do you prioritize love in your future, or are you solely focused on your career and personal interests? Do you share the same views on marriage, children, and future life with him? These thoughts may not always be vocalized, but they exist in his mind when assessing your stability compared to his ex. Stability in career and finances. Regardless of whether a man is the primary provider, he still hopes his partner has a certain level of stability in her career and life. If his ex had a solid career, managed finances well, and was responsible for her life, this could become an unspoken benchmark he uses to compare you. Some men prefer independent women with their own careers and income, someone who can share financial burdens and build a future together. Others may prefer a woman who leans more toward family life and is willing to prioritize the home over a career. Things he may consider: do you have a stable career? Are you financially independent, or do you rely on others? Do you share similar views on earning, saving, and investing for the future? If there are significant differences in financial perspectives, he may wonder whether you can truly build a future together. Views on marriage and family. When in a relationship, men may not immediately think about marriage, but once they commit seriously, this becomes a crucial factor. If his ex was clear about wanting marriage, a family, and a stable home life, he might expect the same from you. On the other hand, if his past relationship involved someone who avoided commitment, was hesitant about marriage, or wasn't ready for a family, this could shape how he perceives you. Things he might compare: do you share the same views on marriage as he does? Are you willing to build a family in the future? Do you have similar values when it comes to raising children? If you and he have drastically different perspectives, he will think hard about the long-term viability of your relationship. How you handle challenges and difficulties. Stability isn't just about career or finances, it's also reflected in how you deal with life's challenges. A man will observe how you react when faced with difficulties, stress, or setbacks. If his ex was strong and proactive in solving problems rather than running away from them, he might expect the same from you. Conversely, if he previously dated someone who was easily discouraged, frequently negative, or avoided handling pressure, he will pay even closer attention to how you tackle difficulties. Questions he may ask himself. Are you patient and resilient enough to go through tough times with him? Can you support him when he faces difficulties in life? Do you have a positive and proactive attitude when dealing with challenges? Love isn't just about happy moments, it's about how two people navigate hardships together. If he sees you as emotionally, mentally, and psychologically stable, he will have more confidence in the future of your relationship. How to build stability in a relationship. If you feel that he is secretly comparing you to his ex regarding stability, don't stress or try to change yourself to fit an ideal mold. Instead, focus on the following: clarify your personal goals and share them with him, show him that you also have your own plans and take your future seriously. Work on your career and financial independence. You don't have to be wealthy, but having financial independence will boost your confidence and make you more attractive in his eyes. Be open to discussions about the future. If you have different perspectives, talk openly to find common ground instead of avoiding the conversation. Demonstrate consistency and resilience in love. Men don't need perfection, but they do need someone who is willing to walk the long road with them. Future and stability are among the most critical factors men consider when entering a serious relationship. They may compare you to their ex to determine whether you can be their long-term partner. However, what truly matters isn't whether you are better or worse than his ex, it's whether you and he share the same vision for the future. A lasting relationship isn't built on comparisons but on mutual understanding, respect, and effort from both sides. Conclusion. In love, comparisons between a new partner and an ex are almost inevitable, especially for men. Even if unintentional, they will have moments of reflection, evaluation, and recognition of differences in appearance, personality, affection, intimacy, treatment of family and friends, and ability to build a future together. These comparisons aren't meant to diminish anyone but rather reflect their past experiences, desires, and expectations. However, the true value of a relationship doesn't lie in comparisons but in how both individuals understand, respect, and build happiness together. Everyone is unique, and real love isn't about replacement or competition but about growth and harmony. Instead of worrying about comparisons, be confident in yourself, focus on what you bring to the relationship, and create new memories with your partner. In the end, what keeps a man committed isn't whether you surpass his ex, it's the happiness, peace, and trust you bring into his life. A strong, lasting love isn't about being the perfect replacement, it's about being the right choice for each other, now and forever. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found valuable lessons about love and relationships. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. I truly appreciate your support and will continue to bring meaningful content in future videos. Let's continue this journey of understanding love and relationships together. See you again, and may you always be happy.